Hey guys, and welcome to another reading vlog. Today is a Monday, the 17th. Wow. Can't believe where we're at right now, right? Well, I have two main goals this week. They are really the only reading goals I'm pushing myself towards. I'm sure something else will come up, because it always does, and I'll probably totally feel different in 2 days from now about what I want to read. But right now, my main goal is to finish The Dragon Reborn and Shadow and Flame. Those are like the only two things I'm putting in front of my eyes to read as of this moment. May change my mind, you know how it goes, but those are my main goals. I am loving The Dragon Reborn. I'm 270 pages in. It's all I want to do. Like, I really need to go to the gym first. So I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to go home and make dinner and do some laundry and read. Those are my goals. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do. I am just starting chapter 4 of Dragon Reborn. It's really hard, you know, I can't really like talk about this series because I'm at the 3rd book now, but if you love high fantasy and you haven't started Wheel of Time, you need to do it. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed by the size of the series. You know, you just take it book by book. Like, I haven't been in a headlong rush to read these. Like, the first two were kind of like slow for me and pulling me into it. But this one has gotten good. Focusing on kind of different characters than the last two did. Still people we all knew about. Like, it's nobody new. But I really am loving, still loving Nynaeve. I'm pretty sure she'll be my favorite until I die. Like, I love her so much. I relate to her so much. And then we had a lot of time with Perrin, who I really like as well, and his special abilities that I won't tell you about because reasons. But really loving it. These books are all about woman power. Like, that is where it's at, and I love it. So definitely check that out. You have no reason not to. Get a hold of them. They're awesome. So those are my goals this week. We'll see where it goes. Peace out. Hey guys, so I'm at Barnes & Noble right now. I'm kind of whispering because there's other people around, but I was getting really sleepy at home. This happens sometimes after work. I just get too sleepy to get anything done. And so I came to Barnes & Noble to do my reading instead because it's a little easier to focus on what I'm doing. Sorry that the sound quality is so horrible, but as you saw, I just read something very interesting in Shadow and Flame. So I'm gonna go back to reading and annotating this, but just wanted to check in with you. Oh, also, I have The Dragon Reborn, and I'm exactly 50% into it, but I wanted to switch back to Shadow and Flame so that I don't forget what's going on. So I'll check in with you later. Hey guys, I'm here to wrap up the week. Sorry this was such a short vlog. There was really only those couple of clips, and I did get quite a bit of reading done. The thing is that it's on the same books that I've been reading for a couple of weeks, so I just felt weird updating about things that you already knew about. Again, sorry for the air conditioner. It's really humid here today, so I have that going. But yeah, I'll go over. I finished one book, and I am in the middle of one, and I started 2 more, so that's always fun. I'm really excited for the last week of June. Really want to focus on one of these, but my goal at the beginning of the week, right, was to finish Shadow and Flame, which I did. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 stars. I can't say much. This is a second book. I'm gonna do a dedicated review to this one because I reviewed the first one last year. I really like the conclusion to this. I'm really happy with how Mindy didn't drag this into a trilogy. And I don't know if that was like an editor's choice or her choice or what. I think it was hers because her other series have been duologies, I think. Because I could tell at a point in this book that this definitely could have been turned into a trilogy. And it would have been for a money grab because there wasn't, well, there's more story that could have been told, but the story she was telling, it fit into 2 books, and that's what she did. And I really love that. I do. I'm usually someone who isn't a huge fan of duologies. I like there to be as much as I want, but in this case, I think it makes it a really tight story. It's really, everything that's going on is pretty essential. There's no like wasted pages or frustrations where things are drawing out too long. Like, it is very good. And of course, I'm going to dive more into that into my dedicated review. You should see that. I believe you'll see that next week sometime. But I really loved it. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. The reason it's not 5 for me is just, what did I say? I was thinking just before I turned on the camera why I wasn't giving it. Oh, there's 2 little things. One, the romance that was started from the first one, they didn't wrap it up in a satisfactory way for me. And you know, I'm big into the romance in these, because I love the romance in the first one. I talk about that romance a lot. I really enjoyed it. And also, the first one had a lot to do with the main character having a connection with a certain kind of animals. And I love that about the first one. Like, I've talked about it in so many videos, and in this one it just kind of got pushed aside. I can see why. Like I said, the story was still really great, and I believe if you read the first one, you will love this one as well. It just wasn't the same amount of breathlessness. That's what I want to say, is that first book, the cliffhanger of Onyx and Ivory, I was so pumped for this book. And I think part of it is just I read Onyx and Ivory the day it came out, and so I had to wait a full year for this. And I think if I'd been able to read it right after, I wouldn't have felt that. But I just had such high hopes for this book that it's really my own fault because it couldn't quite live up. But I had such a great time. This duology is going to be one of my favorite duologies I've ever read. And yeah, look forward to my review for this if you want to know more. Then I've made it another 150 pages more into Dragon Reborn. Like I said, my goal is to finish it by the end of the month. So I have one more week here. I'm gonna put away a good chunk of it today, and hopefully I can finish it next week so that I can start The Shadow Rising, because I really want to. I'm loving this. It's really focusing on not different people, but, well, yes, different people in our like main group of people than the last 2 did. So there's a lot from Perrin Albera's point of view, and then from like these 3 girls who are, I'm not trying to spoil it, but they're in a different place. I'm having to be really vague because I don't want to ruin anything in this series for you. But I'm loving it. The characters that we're spending time with are people I want to be with, whereas in the second book there was time with some people that got boring to me, and I'm just so into it, and I'm really starting to put more of a picture together of like who everyone is. It takes a while. There are so many characters in his stories, but they're absolutely beautiful. So it's going well. And then this book I will probably finish today as well. I started reading the comic Y, The Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan, Pia Guerra, and Jose Malazan. And this one is about, there is something that causes all the men on Earth to die at the exact same moment, at the exact same time, except for this one man and his male monkey. And yeah, I've only read the first like issue within this. This has the first 6 in it, but it's by Brian K. Vaughan, who did Saga. And I wanted another gritty, but yet like fun graphic novel. So it's going okay so far. I'm not like in love with the character yet, and so that's something that I'm looking for, is I want to be pulled into him more, because he's the last man, and so I really want that. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for. And then I just started today, and I'm so happy. I just started The Binding Knife, which you will see is on my TBR for next month. And I started listening to it on audio, because I don't want to wait anymore. And it's a pretty big book, like it's a 26-hour audiobook, and sometimes audiobooks take me longer than I want them to. This one shouldn't take too long because I get to travel for the 4th of July. I'm going home, so I'll listen to big chunks of it when I do that. But I want to get started. This is the second in the Lightbringer series, not a trilogy, it's a series. And yeah, I'm really loving it. I'm reading this one, continuing with Murphy. Sorry, that was the mail. So that's everything I read. I'm excited to continue with these books. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can watch some more of them right now. Bye!